Number 10. My House Walkthrough, published by Nana825763 in October of 2016. This eerie video shows what could be a scene of something frightening. This is not horror video, the Japanese YouTuber writes. This video was created simply by filming inside my house. In the video text, he says he was awakened by wind in the middle of the night as a typhoon shook his home in Japan. His bedroom is a simple mattress on the ground surrounded by water-damaged walls. In his home is a long hallway and a Hina doll room. At one end of the hallway is an altar for his ancestors. Another long hallway is beyond yet another doll room, a room that was sealed up by his grandfather. Arriving back at his room, the tour continues down another hallway, a dress room to the left, also sealed off by his grandpa. Another turn and he's at the longest hallway in the house again. His grandmother's room is on the right, also closed off by his grandfather. The tour continues down more and more hallways, or perhaps the same hallways, the roof peeling and leaking from the water damage, rats' nests above the ceiling. Next is a room full of rotten dolls, as no one has entered the doll room in a long time. Nana keeps noting that his grandmother isn't here, although he never says where she is, what happened to her. Entering his grandmother's room, he notes how it still has no taste. Her shoes are lined up on the floor, and a pink still form on the bed. Grandma's here, Nana writes. Later, when back at the bathroom, you find grandfather is there as well. Both send chills up your spine. This video is nerve-wracking. The eeriness and repetitive nature of touring the hallways, walking round and round in circles, seeing the same stuff and then repeating the same descriptions, and every once in a while, being introduced to new things that you never wanted to see. With every opening of a sliding door, you expect something. You don't know what, but something. And yet the tour continues round and round the maze of hallways until you see what will stay in your nightmares for years to come. Number 9. Great Grandma. DJ Def Joey has one question. Is it against the law to keep the coffin with a body in your own yard? I would think so, but I'm not going to judge. The YouTuber published his video in October of 2010 writing, I would like to share with you all about my old video of my great grandma's coffin in her own backyard. And just as you suspected, behind him under a big blue tarp is his great grandma's coffin. If that's not creepy enough, Grandma has been passed away since 1945 as Joey explains. He then flashes back to another video he filmed in 2008 so we can have the full backstory behind this coffin. The reason he's hosting his grandma is that the graveyard where she was buried was poorly managed and corrupt. It closed down. Joey wants to reveal what his grandma looks like today. After wandering around the casket, he lifts the lid open. Inside is his grandma, dressed in white, her black hair is spread across the pillow, though there appears to be no intended creepiness from the uploader. That last action is enough to creep almost everyone out. Number 8. The Failing Engine. When two young pilots were forced to make an emergency landing, they pulled off an amazing one that had experienced pilots praising their efforts. The light plane the pilots were flying lost power near Victoria Point in Brisbane, Australia. Once the power went, they tried to get the power going again, but ended up calling back to the airfield tower to inform them that they were forced to make an emergency landing. He then started searching for a decent place to land. They ended up gliding down into a barbed wire fence. There wasn't much opportunity for a safe landing, and they barely avoided a nearby pump house. Hopefully, these two exceptional pilots didn't let the scary incident deter them from their flight careers. Number 7. Ghost Girl Head. There's only one thing scarier than a ghost sighting. A ghost sighting you. That's what Garments 1 claimed to have caught on video in a churchyard in Estholt, United Kingdom. The footage opens on a shot of a church. After panning down, the distinct figure of a girl peering around the corner of the building comes into view. She quickly darts back and out of sight, and when pursued has disappeared into thin air. The shot pans back to the corner, up the building and around, but the ghost girl is nowhere in sight. Whether you're a believer in the paranormal or a skeptic, this video will make you look twice. Number 6. Have you ever felt like something was watching you? Elton Mene Severo posted this video in January of 2006 of an unexpected visitor while playing with his webcam. This dude is being watched by an otherworldly creature from his doorway. Unbeknownst to him, you can see the outline of the figure lurking and lurching creepily in the hallway before it vanishes into the darkness. When this guy finally notices the figure in his webcam, he gets up to investigate, and he's never seen or heard from again. I made that last part up. I have no idea what this investigation turned up, but I do know one thing. I sure wouldn't want to run into whatever that thing was in the darkness. Number 5. How to make a homunculus. First of all, what is a homunculus? The dictionary states that it's a very small human or humanoid creature. Wiso97 uploaded this video instructing viewers how to make a homunculus in April of 2016. The video is in Russian, so bear with me. The man first rubs something that looks like isopropyl on an egg with a cotton ball. He then pokes the egg, injecting it with some substance. He then puts a band-aid over the hole in the egg, and then places it inside a small plastic container. Next, he places it inside a beanie hat, likely to keep it warm. Later, he cracks the egg open with a knife, emptying the contents into the plastic dish. Out of the ooze, he picks up a larvae-looking creature with his tongs. At first, it remains still, then it starts moving around.
Движение появилось. Похоже, он пришел в себя. Любопытно. Блядь!
Not sure what he was expecting. After all, he was creating a homunculus. All that is left of the humanoid is a small stain. Simply bizarre, confusing, and intriguing at the same time. Number 4. Psycho Child. Ever thought you knew a demon child? Think again. This American Undercover clip, published by Vintage Throwback Classics in August 2017, unveils rare footage of a small girl displaying signs of a very disturbed mind.
Who else would you like to stick pins into?
Mommy and Daddy.
Beth and her younger brother John were adopted. They'd been seriously neglected, and her childhood revealed itself in the aggression she demonstrated towards her adopted family, her brother, and towards herself. During the interview, 6-year-old Beth says her brother John is afraid of her because of what she does to him. Beth's parents are also afraid of her, that they lock her in her bedroom at night. As the interview continues, it seems they have a reason to. Beth admits she wants to do things to them with a blade.
And what would you do to him, Beth?
She also admits that she sticks pins in her brother. She says it's because she doesn't want to be around people. Beth's mother describes a time when Beth found baby birds in a nest. Thinking her daughter was just curious, the adoptive parents said to her that if she touched them, she could hurt them. The next day, they found all the baby birds with their necks broken. Beth had squeezed them till they passed away. Upon the psychologist's recommendation, Beth was temporarily removed from the home and kept at a special home with an expert at raising children with early attachment disorders. Number 3. The Brick. This is definitely one incident you won't want to hear about if you have a weak stomach. Overloaded with cargo, the truck ahead of this vehicle loses one of its bricks, unbeknownst to the driver, which then flies through the air and goes through the windshield of the Audi A4, and you'll never get the screams of the driver out of your head when he realizes what has happened to his wife in the passenger seat. The driver wails as several people in the backseat are heard exclaiming. A baby cries in the background. There was no coming back from this. It really is a truly sad and scary event that I don't think any of us will soon forget. Number 2. Controlled burn. Ever wanted to see a controlled burn? Here's your chance. But if you've got a thing for creepy crawly cockroaches, you might want to sit this one out. Puck025 posted this footage of a controlled burn of a cockroach-infested house in August of 2011. The creepiest part is in the preparation of the house for burning. Before the house is lit up, video footage is taken of the home's interior, which is piled with junk, and that junk is piled with cockroaches. They are absolutely everywhere, on every surface of everything. There are also so many of them. You can hear the skittering of their little legs as the camera pans around. It's unclear what this house is. Garbage all over the floors and shelves. However, stacked neatly on one of the shelves are unopened cans of soup and vegetables, and again, cockroaches everywhere. In watching it, you can practically feel them crawling on you. They had to build a trench around the infested house in order that they could maintain the spread of cockroaches. They started a fire within that trench and burned the house down. It's been said that cockroaches will be the only creature left on Earth after the end of the in July of 2013. The result will chill you to the bone. The diver appears to be part of an investigative unit. After speaking to someone aboard a boat, he dives under. Shortly after he's underwater, he comes across a rusted bicycle. Not much further and he spots some cinder blocks with chains wrapped around them. A strange underwater noise startles the diver. His light casts across a baby stroller. This is when a woman appears, scaring both the diver and the viewer. Since the video ends shortly afterwards, we don't know what happened to the diver, but it's safe to assume nothing good was going to happen next.